great members of Hyderabad. I'm thankful to Global Hindu Heritage Foundation and Save Temples organization for making this interaction between you and me possible. Recently we were together with Ghazal Srinivas in Israel. What a wonderful personality he is. He could have easily traveled in business class. That's what he does whenever people invite him. But he was traveling with us in economy class. Going to Israel, not just for sightseeing, but he has created wonders there. In the parliament to sing a song in Hebrew with all the connotations and expressions, bhava, is very difficult. But he did it. People who are listening to him were in tears. He sang on Mahatma Gandhi. It was simply amazing. He learned it in one day from various people whom he does not even know. On the street, wherever he met somebody, and he sat down with a coffee with them and then said, please sing this for me. I'll pick up your nuances of singing. So it's a dedication, and I'm really amazed. So it was my first meeting, our first travel with him. I'm really fortunate. Now coming to the subject of this Haifa war. The world has seen so many wars. The world has seen so many victories. And some songs have been written on so many wars. I'm reminded of one 1850 war in which the Russians on one side and the Britishers are on the other side. The Britishers lost heavily. Even though the Britishers lost the war, Alfred Lord Tennyson has written a great song on that. Some of you may be knowing Charge of the Light Brigade. How many of you know that? I can't see any one of you, but I can see some of them in the front page. See, rows. That is a very famous military song in English language, Charge of the Light Brigade, on a war in which so many English people perished. They did not win the war. They lost the war, and still somebody remembers that and makes it a great song. In that song, some lines are like this. Cannons to the left of them, cannons to the right of them, cannons in front of them, volleyed and thundered, into the valley of death rode the 600. But here is another case where you should be calling it as charge of the, not a light brigade, but a right brigade. Because these people are also small in number. The enemy had the cannon power, the enemy had the machine gun power, and these people were fighting only with swords and spears. And these people, when I say they are the Jodhpur soldiers, the Mysore Maharaja soldiers, and most important for you, the Nizam of Hyderabad had sent his soldiers also there. These people just with only swords and spears, facing, you can say, cannons to the left of them, cannons to the right of them, cannons in front of them, volleyed and thundered, into the valley of death, rode our 600, defeated the Turks, defeated the Germans, defeated the Austrians, and created a new country called Israel. You just cannot. That a Jew leader was a great scientist. He came with a reaction to produce acetic acid. Because of this reaction, they were able to produce a gunpowder called TNT, which is helped them in defeating various enemies, and England became a strong country. Therefore, they wanted to honor this Jew person with something like Padma Shri. But this Jew scientist said, I don't want any of your honor. Then what do you want? He said, I want my motherland, Israel. Israel was ruled by Turkish people for 402 years. To defeat them is very difficult, and they are supported by Germans and the Austrians. You know, the German Empire is very big. Austro-Hungary Empire also very big. And Turkish people, Ottoman Empire is also very big. Three big empires, and the Britishers said, how can we fight against them? But still, we promise you, we will be able to defeat them because Indian soldiers are with us. The British Empire went all over the world conquering others only through Indian soldiers. We will fight to the last Indian soldier. That will be their sentence. They recruited many soldiers from India, but Mysore Maharaja, Jodhpur Maharaja, and Nizam of Hyderabad, they also said, we will help you, we will send our soldiers. In fact, Jodhpur Maharaja's son also went there for the war to help them in the First World War. So, in the First World War, more than 10 lakh Indians went for war to make England strong. And more than 1 lakh soldiers never returned home. Nothing is said about all these people. But English people have done one thing. In India Gate, they have made a memorial for all those soldiers who died during the First World War. Now coming to Israel, the British soldiers thought that there is a seaport called Haifa. All the Turkish army supply is coming from there. Their weapons are coming from through this port and making Haifa a very strong fort. So if we can defeat the Turkish people in Haifa and capture this port, then this port will become a supply line for Britishers. So therefore they advance towards Haifa. In Haifa there is a mountain called Mount Carmel. The Germans had hidden all their cannons on the mountain top, and they had made this city free of citizens. So when they made an aerial survey, they did not find a lot of crowd in the city, and therefore they thought this war, First World War is going on so many places, so these people must have run away, so we can easily win the war. So they advanced towards the city. As they came nearer the city, from mountain top they started bombarding them. Immediately the Britishers withdrew. They said, the intelligent people, these Germans, and we cannot fight with them from a plain ground. In any war, people who are at the top have got more advantage of winning. So they said, we cannot win the war, we retreat. These 3 soldiers, the responsibility given for Hyderabad soldiers was take care of the prisoners of war. So they were at the back of the army. Jodhpur and Mysore Maharaja soldiers said, look here, it is easy for you to advance and then retreat. But in our dictionary, we are all Kshatriyas. In the dictionary of Kshatriya, there is nothing called retreat. So we cannot come back. We have to fight. Because our salary is paid by our Maharaja. When we go back to our country, when we go back to our cities, our villages, people will not take us in our home. They will spit on us. They will throw us out of our house. It is better to die here than to be insulted in India. But they said, how will you fight? They are having cannons, they are having machine guns, and they are in advantageous positions. Even when they are on the ground, they have made ditches, trenches, and inside that they are hiding and they are shooting you. Whereas, you don't have a single gun, you don't even have a 303 rifle. All you have got a sword and a spear, and you are sitting on a horses. Easy to shoot a horse. They said, we don't listen to your argument, because in our dictionary there is nothing called retreat, we have to fight. And they went. The leader of our Indian troops, his name is Major Dhanpat Singh Shekhawat. As they advanced and went towards, the details are all given in a book here. This is Indian Heroism in Israel. This was released by the Defense Minister, and slowly, now it will be included in the syllabus of the military people. From now onwards, even every military man will be knowing this, because the book is in our hands. So not going through the details, the wars are won because of courage. The wars are won because of tactics. The wars are won because of the speed with which you attack them. And under Dhanpat Singh's charge, and when he was shot dead, immediately Aman Singh Jodha took charge of that, and he made a loud cry that if the enemy has shot dead our leader, Dhanpat Singh Shekhawat, we have to take revenge, let us go forward. So again, with a recharged fervor, these people went and attacked, and they entered into the city with such great speed that the Germans were taken aback. They came so close to the cannons that cannons cannot hit. Cannons can hit only a long distance. They cannot hit the nearby enemy. So they were so confident that they went near the cannons, but the machine guns were also operating. So many of our soldiers died but they were able to spear and kill so many of them. More than 1,000 soldiers were killed. We were only 600 in number. Enemy losses with Indians was only 44. But 1,000 of them were killed and 1,500 of them were taken as prisoners of war. This is an unbelievable story or the unbelievable incident in the world history. If instead of Mysore and Jodhpur Maharaja, if the French people had done it, if the Americans had won this war, this would have been taught to every child in the world. Unfortunately, this was by our people. It is the responsibility of every Indian to see that their glory does not go unsung. So that is why next year is going to be the 100th year of the great Haifa War. It took place in 1918. So 2018 to 2019, Government of India is going to declare a centenary celebration of Haifa War. So I want to know how many of you are ready to come to Haifa?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, all of you. Very nice. So Ghazal Sinihasan has seen that place. Our another person here, so Subramanya Sharma was also with us.
Yes.
Now we have to see that we go in a very big number to show our respect to those martyrs, to show respect to the people who went from Hyderabad also and they never returned. To such people we have to show our respect. So next year is a very important day. Let me just tell you a few words about Dr. B.K. Modi. He has got a great passion for a few things. One is he has got a great passion for health of the nation. Therefore he has started a new research center in Delhi. It is called anti-aging. He says that every Indian should live for 120 years, and it is possible. So he's spending millions of rupees to see how the health of India can be improved. Then he has got passion for making money, but not for making money for himself, but to project Sanatana Dharma. So another passion is how to promote Sanatana Dharma all over the world. And he has got a great passion for the world also. Therefore, under GCF, Global Citizen Forum, he is working for the world cause. So this way, he is a unique person. I have met many businessmen. I know Dr. Modi for the last 40 years. The passion with which he works for Bharat, the passion with which he works for Sanatana Dharma, and the passion with which he works for the welfare of the world. Welfare of the world is also part of Sanatana Dharma. So we are fortunate that he is taking lead in this Haifa War. So all of you should join him and let us make Haifa Centenary Celebration a world recognizing incident Dharma. So thank you very much.